No matter what your budget, where you live, or what the season, with what I'm about to show you, there is no excuse not to have something live, raw, and awesome in your meals. I'm talking about, drumroll, sprouts. Yes, a super easy superfood that is crazy cheap and easy to grow your own. Today is the day. Let's make this happen. Today we're talking grow-ops, the sprout kind. Years upon years ago, I showed you how to sprout in this here retro MeghanTV video circa 2008. Yep, I had lots of hair and referred to sprouts as spermies. The method hasn't changed too much, but today I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to sprout 3 different kinds of seeds. We're going to sprout mung beans, alfalfa sprouts, and sunflower sprouts. Ready for this? The first kind of sprouts we're going to do are mung bean sprouts. This is the easiest way. The first step when you're doing sprouts, and these are beans or seeds, anything with a germ, they need to be whole, organic, and non-irradiated. Anything that's been irradiated will not sprout because it's dead. Tells you something about the food quality. So the first thing we do with these is we just soak them. We'll soak them for 24 hours or so, 12 to 24 hours, and that just starts this germination process. So fast forward 12 hours, we've soaked our mung beans, and then we just leave them here. And usually what I do, I'll drain the water, and in the morning and in the evening, I just rinse the sprouts, and I'll just cover it with a damp towel, just like so. And that creates a bit of this biodome situation where it's all in there, it's warm, it's moist, it's growing. Ah, nature in your own kitchen. So that is a really simple method, and what you end up with after 3 days are these beautiful sprouts that, yes, they look like spermies, they have little tails, these amazing mung bean sprouts. And when you sprout food, the nutrition volume increases dramatically because it's getting ready to grow into a whole new plant. So it's super high in enzymes, bioavailable amino acids, minerals, so good and so delicious. Food break. So the way this method works is we take our fresh nutsack and we're going to put some seeds in it. So I'm going to use alfalfa seeds because they're delicious, so good for hormonal balance, so good for antioxidants, for your eyeballs, for really just fueling your life. And that's what we're all about here, fueling your life. Now a package of seeds like this is usually between $3 or $4. So this really goes a long way because you only want to do maybe a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of seeds at a time. That stretches and grows and multiplies in size and nutrition. So what we're going to do again is we're going to soak up these seeds overnight, just like that. And I like to put them in the nutsack first because then when you go to rinse them, it's super easy. So we soak this for 8 hours and then we take it out, and just over the tap, we'll just open it up, rinse it out. We're going to drain this water, dump the water out. We can even just dump it out for example's sake. And then we leave our nutsack to just be saggy in the jar like that. And because it's going to be warm and moist because there's all this germination happening, the seeds will sprout and the tails will form. Because of that biodome and that healthy ecology, it's also susceptible to mold. So you want to make sure your room temperature is around 20 degrees. And if you do suspect that it might be a little bit variant, use a little food grade hydrogen peroxide as a solid rinse, and then rinse it really well after that too. So you want to dilute the food grade hydrogen peroxide about 1 to 10 parts and then rinse it again. And if you ever suspect your sprouts have gone off, when in doubt, throw them out. You know, there's a lot of talk about E. coli and stuff with sprouts. There's a lot of talk about E. coli with cronuts too. So don't let that be your deterrent. The best thing you can do is sprout your own. So after 5 to 6 days of rinsing morning and night, you'll get a beautiful bag of sprouts. And then these sprouts are so good added to your salads, added to soups, eaten as your salad, just using a mix of different kinds of sprouts. So many options. The most important part of sprouting is to do it. So that was method 2, the saggy sack method. We'll now start cultivating and farming our little micro garden. And I started these 3 days ago, which was not enough time. You live and learn. So, but you can see really closely in here that you can start to see the sprouts coming up. These are sunflower sprouts. I really love this method, and it's really awesome for kids to start to get to know their gardening. I am the garden killer. I know that. Sprouts, I can do. So the way we do this method is you start with a pan and you take your sunflower seeds. These, you can't get like the kind of sunflower seeds you find at your local 7-Eleven. You need to get organic sprouting seeds, and you just sprinkle them out as if you were planting seeds in your garden. So I like to do it a little bit evenly, and then you just put right over top a little sprinkling of fresh, beautiful organic soil. If you want to really power up your sprouts, throw in a little Ocean's Live marine phytoplankton or some sea vegetables in there, and that will add to the mineralization, because you know our food is only as healthy as the soil that it grows in, right? We knew that. So we do that, and then every day we just spritz that with a little bit of water, and after 4 or 5 days, because I know 3 days wasn't enough, you will have sprouts pop up. And the way these end up working in the end is they grow up as these little guys, which are amazing to add into your juices, into your smoothies, to fill up your sandwiches, to top anything with. I also will add them to soups just as a little garnish. They're really pretty, so good for you. And if you think about it, these sprouts, that one little seed has the capacity to grow into an entire sunflower that is filled with more seeds. There is so much nutrition power in these sprouts. The best thing you can do is to start sprouting, and you can choose which method you love best depending on what kind of sprouts you want to grow. You can also use this mung bean method for quinoa and buckwheat as well if you want to make a dehydrated raw cereal. It's all good. So many options. They're all delicious. They all have different kinds of nutritional benefits, but they're all amazing. You just want to give it a try. It's super simple. These sprouts can be eaten solo, on your fave sandwich, in soup, in salads, with grain dishes, and even tossed into your shakes. Just do it. Have you tried sprouting before? What's your favorite method? What did you love to sprout the most? Join the conversation in the comment section over at MeghanTelpner.com. My community is waiting for you. Plus, you'll also find a link to Sprouting 101 with more tips and tricks of the trade. Ready to make your kitchen your classroom? There is loads more culinary nutrition inspiration waiting for you. We release new online courses and workshops all the time. Subscribe to my newsletter at MeghanTelpner.com and you will get the extra special goodies delivered right to your inbox. Only the special people get that stuff, you know. Vibrant health starts with one little choice, and every choice counts. Today is the day to make that happen. We all want to know the truest version of you. Thanks for joining, and see you next time.